Hello and welcome to this week's Meaningful Minute. Right behind me there's a hummingbird. I don't know if you can see it, but I can hear him going. "Grrr." So, welcome to this week's Meaningful Minute. Today I wanted to share with you a quote by a man named Hafiz that lived a long time ago. He said, "God and I have become like two giant fat people living in a tiny boat. We keep bumping into each other and laughing." I love that, don't you? Can you imagine you and God bumping into each other and laughing? I can, because God has a great sense of humor. And there's lots of ways that we bump into God. Right now there's Christmas lights all over, and God is light, so that's definitely a bump from God. And there's the kindness of people. There's lots of ways. And also God actually speaks to us in our mind. And that can be quite exciting and very reassuring. I had a client who didn't get the job she wanted, and she was so sad because she'd really prepared for this interview and believed the job was hers. But God said to her, "I have other things in mind for you." And that just gave her such a peace. I have a friend who 30 years ago, her niece was born and was deaf. And when the niece was about a year old, we all got together and prayed for her that she would be healed of deafness. Well, she wasn't healed, but God said to her, "She'll be okay." That's what God said to my friend. And guess what? 30 years later, this niece is a missionary to deaf people in Africa and the Middle East. That's definitely okay. So this week, as you go through your week, ask God to bump into you and think about what he might want to say to you, and write it down if he does, and let me know, because we are like two giant fat people in a boat, and we are bumping into each other and we are laughing. Have a great week.